Fears. Downright Fears. Downright Fears.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Downright Fierce Gaming, Jacksonville's best St. Petersburg-based podcast. My name is Josh Zencia. With me is...
Hey, I'm Schuyler Germain.
What's
nice
up?
to meet y'all.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing really good, and I'll tell you, I knew it the second I started talking. I knew it. God damn, the audio is going to be shit for this episode. It's going to be so bad.
Is it?
So for those of you just listening, and for those of you who just don't know in general, we're in a brand new studio. I moved to St. Petersburg, and there's this entire room is devoted just to the podcast, which is going to be awesome. I'm going to be able to do a lot of cool things with this. Eventually, we're not going to even have a green screen. I'm going to paint like the walls black. I'm going to have like TVs up. It's going to look really, really cool. But I'll tell you, before all that, the first thing I'm going to do is soundproof this room, because the old episodes were like, even so, we originally started in a guest room, which I guess technically that's what this is too. I started in a guest room, which was really, really tiny, and then we moved to the master bedroom, which we took over the master bedroom, which was also the TV room / office. And both of those rooms at least had carpet. This room is hardwood floors. Oof. There's like no furniture in here to absorb the sound, and it's going to be incredibly echoey.
If it helps, my voice has a naturally high amount of reverberation, so...
Oh, thank God. I was really worried about that because I love feedback loops.
Oh, don't we all?
I'm really hoping right now that there's this really high-pitched feedback loop, even though I understand that's not possible. I'm a DJ. I know how sound works, but...
I'll trust you on that.
Yeah. Usually because it has to hear itself. And Andrew Facecooker says it sounds fine. Awesome. So,
thanks, Andrew.
Before we move on to Fierce News, which you do not know what Fierce News is, do you?
I don't.
I'm really excited.
Don't judge me.
No, it's all good.
Don't judge me, people.
I want to get to know you as a gamer. So okay. I met you through trivia. So I already know you're smart. I know that. But what would you say is your favorite genre of video game?
I bounce around a lot. Right now, I've been doing a good mix of FPS, with Black Ops 4 being an actually decent game.
Bobo. You've been rocking some Bobo? Or
yeah.
Bomo?
We just usually go with blops in my household.
I got you. Cool.
But more so than that, do a lot of RPGs too. Platformers, as a normal person would say. No, I kind of bounce around a lot, but FPS usually seems to be right about where I end up.
And your PC?
PC, and when my roommate doesn't have a girlfriend, PS4.
PS4.
Hence it being out in the living room.
I was gonna say, are you aligned in the PlayStation army or the Xbox tiny friend group? They're sad.
Yeah. All right. So started off with being the PS4 friend group, but most of us mainly do computers nowadays. Mm-hmm. So we're not quite as sad.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing sad about the PC master race, but the Microsoft, exclusives and the overall approach to video games, except for Game Pass. And I still maintain, I've been saying this before, I know you haven't heard this, Microsoft will rule the video game marketplace next generation. I'm calling it. I know I would bet so much money Microsoft's going to take over Sony and Nintendo. Actually, I bet you they're going to hold Nintendo's hand too, all the way through.
I can't agree with that, mainly just because of how abysmal the One sales were. All right,
I'll give you that.
Just in comparison to PlayStation and Switch, I'm pretty sure is still above them.
I gotta do something.
Oh?
I gotta do something. A buddy of mine is very serious. It's very serious.
Okay.
A good friend of mine, friend of the show, Jacob Alexander Plick III, typed something in chat that I have to respond to. I have to. You see, don't say anything, but you see that?
Okay.
We have to talk about this. It's ever since I came to St. Petersburg, I feel like there's been something missing, and I try not to talk about it too much because you can't really talk about this in St. Petersburg. People don't have the ability to talk about this in St. Petersburg, and that's sad because people should feel comfortable anywhere talking about this. And I want to start the conversation in St. Petersburg. And I don't care who it offends. I don't. All right?
I mean, should I chime in too, since
If you feel like
it's in my heritage, I think.
understand. All right. On the count of 3.
All right.
1, 2, 3. My dude. What's up? Good to see you.
Sorry if I was too close to the mic.
I love you so much, Jacob, and I look forward to seeing you at the wedding. That has been worrying me because I am a Jags fan. I'm going to root for the Bucks when it has nothing to do with the Jaguars. It doesn't impede the Jaguars any progress. But then I'm in the same division. Like I feel like I can safely root for them when it's not a Jaguars game. But I don't know too many places where I'm going to be able to go watch Jags games.
See, this is where you transition from a football guy to a hockey guy.
That was one of the things I was thinking about. Yeah,
Lightning. Top notch.
I don't know anything about hockey, and I'm also looking at the stream, and oh man, I think it's cutting out a lot. I should have lowered the bit rate.
The bit rate, yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. My neighborhood, awful internet, just the worst. I've gone from giga speeds to like killer speeds. It's really bad. Oh man.
Got the Australian internet right now.
I'm looking at this and it's like, oh man, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be so bad. But whatever.
Call it Spectrum. I'm assuming it's Spectrum.
It's Spectrum, yeah.
Yeah, call them out. They deserve it.
Spectrum, you suck. Anyways, actually, you were talking platformers. What is your? I know Jacob likes platformers.
I mean, all right, to be honest, I've never really been like the biggest fan. Like Terraria was where I played like a lot, Mario.
I've heard of Terraria, yeah.
But the one that really like got my interest was I played a crap ton of Celeste.
Celeste.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that one. What's that game?
Really?
I've never heard of Celeste.
It was so popular like when it first came out, like all right.
Never heard of it ever.
I mean, so, just basic story is like a girl goes to a mountain to find herself pretty much.
I'm going to stop you right there. This sounds amazing. Continue.
Does it?
I feel like based on just the little you said, I really want to play this. Continue.
I'm glad because I'm entirely inarticulate when it comes to explaining games, but I don't know.
So the Celeste.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just chronicling your journey up this mountain, the falls, the whatever, just gets you back right up there. Okay. It's just fantastic gameplay. It feels so good to actually play. Mm-hmm. It looks great. Music's fantastic.
Well, you heard it here first, for the first time ever on Downright Fierce Gaming Podcast. Celeste, pick it up today. You sold me. I'm going to buy this game tomorrow. I'm glad. It deserves it. By the way, for those of you joining us, I don't know if you guys saw the intro. I'm going to pull this up here. I'm going to pull that up. This was usually we have this at the end of the thing. I did a little photoshopping for the audio listeners. Highly recommend you go to youtube.com/downrightfiercegaming and check out what I made. I'm really proud of this. I'm so proud of this. I had to put it back up. For the audio listeners, I photoshopped my face on everybody else's face. The best one is Kyle's. Kyle is on our. Let's see. On the viewer's side, it's on the right. On my right. No, it's to my.
I'll believe you. I don't know how
on the viewer's side,
works.
it's to the left of the screen, and for us actually, it's to the left of the screen. Okay, but when I point
since we are
way,
also viewers.
Yes. Aren't we all viewers? Really
amazing.
That one's my favorite. But anyways, now we're gonna go to a little something I like to call fierce news. I'm not going to prepare you for this.
Can I call something out real quick?
Oh, yeah.
You really look like Kanye on the chick on the right with the red hair.
My God, I do.
Maybe it's just because I'm far away, but I definitely see Kanye.
By the way, the one right above you, that's Jacob Alexander Plick III.
Oh.
That one's actually my favorite. I take that back. Jacob's is my hero. And I'll tell you why. It's because our beards perfectly blend in together. That is not completely my beard. That's not completely his beard. When I photoshopped it, I put the beards together and they fused like DBZ. They did the fusion thing and they became Jacob.
Wow, that was so good.
J-Kosh. they became J-Kosh. So
Yeah, not too bad.
we're gonna do some fierce news.
All right,
This is gonna happen.
let's do it.
Just go with it. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Fierce news of Fierce news.
I really wish I didn't get a haircut a few days ago.
So that's kind of and you know what, you went right with it. I usually people look at me like I'm a crazy person and they just say, no, I'm not screaming and banging my head like that, but you went for it.
Yeah, the secret is I always just want to flail and scream and just let it all out, but
Hell yeah.
you just gotta keep it in.
You in the words of the wise Will I Am, scream and shout and let it all out.
Okay. Wow.
Will I Am and Britney bitch.
That philosopher?
Yes, the philosopher.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Fierce News is, of course, brought to you by MC Lars. Please go to MC Lars's Patreon at patreon.com/MCLars. Have a little bit of news. Unfortunately, oh my God, my foot's stuck. Ow, cramp!
That is bad news. Do I need it? Should I grab a crowbar? Help with the Charlie horse?
I didn't drink enough water today. Oh God, give me a banana. Okay. Ow.
Is that
fuck?
Is that an innuendo?
No. Oh God, it hurts so bad. MC Lars, he apparently is going to graduate school. We talk.
Oh.
We talk.
Yeah.
He and I, Andrew. We talk.
Oh,
I'm not getting your name wrong. That's his name.
Yeah,
Andrew. we talk and. Yeah, he's going to graduate school, and he's on tour right now, which you can check out his tour dates on his Patreon page and other social media stuff. So he's super busy right now. He wasn't able to complete the theme song. He thought he was going to be able to do it by the end of the month, but he wasn't able to. That's cool. That's fine.
Busy man.
Happens. It's all good.
Happens.
He said possibly December, which is fine because I won't be at my computer until mid-December because I'm about to go on my honeymoon.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact, next week, actually, I'm going to save that for the end of the episode. Well,
Yeah.
Stay tuned to find out what's happening next week.
Speaking of which, though, I don't know if any of you guys know his setup, but I think I might be breaking into here just to use it.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I don't know if you show it to them yet, but
I haven't.
at some point.
I'll probably do a tour once it's like actually done, though.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to paint things. I got to do a bunch of stuff. Like once I'm done with that, I'm totally going to do like a
Once you won't
crib
be
style.
ashamed.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can. Here's the thing about this room. You could tell the potential. Like, you could see the potential. It just really needs to be soundproofed. Okay, so Fierce News, like I said, MC Lars, patreon.com/MCLars. The first thing is Microsoft hosted a convention I wasn't aware of this week called X018, which sounds like a butt rock radio station. Like X018. It's in the X. I don't know. Whatever they would say with a silly voice like that.
Yeah, I think that was a swing and a miss.
X018. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean, everything they do is so hard to say. Xbox One X, X018. Oh, that's the year.
Yeah. I wasn't going to call you out on it, but chat, feel free.
Oh. Oh. That's the year.
Yeah, but we can knock them on originality now instead of just their naming.
Next year's X019.
Presumably.
So,
Maybe.
anyways, they officially announced they are acquiring Obsidian Entertainment and In Exile Entertainment. We covered this a couple of weeks ago. We basically knew this was happening. That's awesome news. Obsidian, of course, known for the greatest RPG of all time, South Park: Stick of Truth.
It wasn't. It was
It's
pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm sure Face Kicker would kick my face for saying that, but it's a pretty badass game still. And yes, both studios are known for RPGs. We also finally got a release date for the moderately anticipated Crackdown 3, which is February 28th, 2019, and a first look at a brand new multiplayer mode focused on destruction. Now, I know it's kind of my job to, I'm trying to do news, and I should be updated on the news. I should know the things that I'm covering. I care so little about Crackdown that I didn't even check out the video showing this destruction mode.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's too much to say that this was kind of the least hypey event that's gone on in this year. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's no BlizzCon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll get to that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we'll get to
I
that.
know. I know.
We'll get to BlizzCon. But no, so, I mean, we were talking a little bit before this, and you were saying that, and yes, everybody's yelling at me in chat, Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger was Obsidian. Okay, yes, Chrono Trigger. I've never played Chrono Trigger, okay? I'm not the JRPG guy. I'm not Lewis! I'll never be Lewis! Stop forcing that on me! But I want to play Chrono Trigger. When it comes to Switch, I will play it. But you played... You defended Crackdown 3. You said that you are hyped for this game. You are ready for it to come out.
Mainly just because, it came to... The first one came at a, period in my life where, Halo 3 was just coming out. Mm-hmm. And I need something to fill the void.
And I mean, I'll give you that. The Crackdown was fantastic.
Yeah, it's great gameplay.
When it came out, I mean, I loved it. Crackdown 2, I played about an hour of it. I'm like, I'm done. And... yeah. The thing is, what they try to do has already been done better, in my opinion, better in other games. Now that we have Saints Row 4, why do we need Crackdown? I know, like, it's kind of messed up to say, but
They have Terry Crews. Or what's that?
Yeah, it's Terry Crews. Yeah. Everybody's like, oh, look, but we have Terry Crews. You know what? Saints Row. Also, give me a new Mercenaries game. That I'll take. That I would get excited for. A new Mercenaries game. For those of you who don't know, Mercenaries and Mercenaries 2 Symphony of Destruction, some of the best like open world war whatever games. Loved it. Fantastic. It is like Just Cause meets Crackdown.
Wow.
Without the powers. I loved it.
Can't say I've played them, but after that stellar review. Yeah. Why not?
Sorry, I'm reading the wonderful things Jacob's saying about me in chat. And he's also saying that gameplay didn't look great. And I agree with him with that too. It's nothing, I mean, again, it's nothing that looks like something we haven't seen before. It's like, what is the game? Oh my God, what is the game that they're trying to build hype for? And oh my God, this is going to kill me. Actually, it might be Crackdown 3. No, it was, we were talking about the new Walking Dead game that's coming out. Yeah. It doesn't look like anything new. It's a zombie shooter. We have zombie shooters. What makes this game special? And that's what I have to say about Crackdown 3. This destructive mode, cool. A little game called Red Faction. Yeah. Had the best destruction. And this doesn't even compare to that. So not only is it not bringing anything new to the table, the thing that's bringing isn't even the best. So that's why it's hard for me to get excited about it.
Yeah, that's understandable. At the very least for me, and maybe for other people, it's going to be a bargain bin, game down the line.
Yeah. And Matt Matt B says Saints Row prototype, Infamous, lots of good stuffs. Oh, and Just Cause. I mean, these are all games that do what Crackdown does. And again, Saints Row does the whole superpower thing, in my opinion, a lot better.
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing is to just not get down on somebody for, trying to keep working on this open world, run around shooting experience. There's always room for improvement. Not that I'm the hypiest dude for this game. I think it should be okay.
So this is kind of like, I would say then for this would be like my version of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like hearing about that, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to play that because that looks interesting. But I'm not going to sit here and try to say it's going to reinvent the wheel. I mean, even though it's apparently this amazing game.
That was the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that one looked pretty decent to me.
So that's kind of what you're saying is that like this is a game you want to play, but not necessarily one that you. I'm not saying you haven't been right now, but one that you're not necessarily ready to just defend. Like, oh no, this is the best, and everybody should enjoy it.
And honestly, as long as it's not like Origins where you have to pay money to get enough XP to stick with the storyline.
It kind of is. With Odyssey, turns out it's... Well, I mean, it is and it isn't. The game takes significantly longer if you don't buy XP boost. Because it bottlenecks you and it forces you to...
Yeah, I can't get behind games that offer microtransactions that affect gameplay when you're already paying full price for the title. Like mobile games, things like that, where it's already free, I get down with that.
Yeah.
Rest of it, mm-mm.
And Matt shows me how to say his name, Buzzardy, and he reminds us that Remastered is out. The Red Faction Remastered.
Oh.
Which is the worst name in the history of video games. Almost as bad as what was it? Darksiders War Mastered.
Ooh, I never played those games.
War Master. I think it's War Mastered edition. No, Definitive. That's Definitive edition. That's
Dude.
I don't know, Remastered or Definitive. Which one's worse?
Remastered. I mean,
Remastered. I'll give it
I
that.
really like these really crappy names like that, where they're just shoehorning something in.
So bad.
That's my style.
Yeah. All right, we got to keep things moving. I guess there's kind of Xbox Game Pass is getting 16 more games. PUBG, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Kingdom, Two Crowns, Aftercharge, Supermarket, Shriek, Void Bastards, Pathologic 2. Why am I still writing these down? Who cares about the rest of these games? I've never heard of them. And Agents of Mayhem. That's cool.
I like that second to last one.
Yeah, I've never heard of these games, or I've never heard of them.
Yeah.
I feel like it's all in the title. Yeah. Also, the first wave of games with keyboard and mouse support was revealed, including Fortnite and a bunch of other stuff I don't care about. I stopped caring. I'm looking at this stuff. I'm like, man, this isn't interesting. So I just stopped reporting it.
You can already keyboard and mouse Fortnite on your computer, maybe, or your phone if you want to be that tryhard.
And it also makes it completely pointless to now play against anybody on Xbox, because if somebody has keyboard and mouse, they're going to beat you. Like, the advantages they have are just significant.
I mean, that's not true. Imagine they added support for a USB controlled steering wheel.
Well, that's different.
Then you can style. Just imagine styling on people
shooter.
like that.
First person. Oh, you mean like? Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. We're gonna have to set this up.
You never know what you're getting killed with.
We're gonna have to set this up. So speaking of Microsoft games, Sunset Overdrive for PC has been rated by the ESRB, which means it sounds like it's coming to PC, which is amazing. So here's the thing. As a fan of games, I'm really excited because this is one I missed out on because I don't have an Xbox. But I heard amazing things about it. I mean, Insomniac Games, same people that made Spider-Man, made this game, and it's highly regarded. They say it's like the best game that ever came out for Xbox One, and I really want to play it. So I'm excited. But if I were Microsoft, I'd be working way harder to try to keep our exclusives like on the console. Like, they keep giving us less reasons to buy an Xbox One or Xbox One. This is one more reason to not buy it. You have Spider-Man, you have Bloodborne, you have all these PlayStation exclusives that you can't get on PC. And Microsoft's like, oh, that one amazing exclusive that could be a system seller. It could for some people, especially after playing Spider-Man. Hey, you know what? If you got a PC, just do that. Yeah. And get EA access or, any of these, streaming things where, you don't even need a powerful PC. Just, here you go.
Did you show any interest in State of Decay 2 when that came out? Is that good?
I love State of Decay anything.
Okay.
The DLC, 2, all of it.
Okay, I was going to ask about 2 specifically.
As a lover of State of Decay, I could say, yes, it is incredible. As an average gamer, I don't know. Like, I can't look at it with anything but rose-tinted glasses. Like, it is bae.
Understandable.
State of Decay 2 is exactly the game I always wanted. And never, until I got it, I felt like I just never, like, nothing, things kept coming close.
Yeah.
I always wanted the open world. I wanted a zombie apocalypse simulator. And that's what it was. The closest one that came out after I played the first one was, I think, DayZ. And I got into DayZ, a lot, but it never scratched that itch. And
yeah, it was too sparse.
And so good.
Didn't run very well on start, so...
DayZ's crap, but State of Decay is bae.
Okay.
And 2 is bae.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Here's some sad news. Just shy of 30 years since it was founded, Prima Games is shutting down. For those of you who don't know, they were known for their super pretty and fun-to-read strategy guides. Variety reported that a spokesperson for DK said, quote, "I can confirm that the decision has been made to no longer commission new Prima Games strategy guides, and the U.S.-based imprint will be discontinued in spring 2019. We are in conversations with the Prima Games team and cannot comment on this further at this point." When asked whether or not internet strategy guides had anything to do with the downfall, Prima Games said, quote, "What the fuck is the internet? And get off my lawn, Timmy."
You gotta hand it to them, though. They survived this long.
I'm amazed that they survived the internet.
I know. Like, even when I was in high school, I was using shitty GameSpot.
GameFact.com?
Yeah, just anything. And
yeah. And now, like, all these sites give away the information that you're selling for $40 for free. Now, if I was super rich, I don't care if the internet is, the sites are giving it away for free. I would still buy these guys because, like I was saying in the beginning, they're known for their, like, it's fun to read. It's fun to look at. They're, like, super thick, and you have audio. You have images to kind of go off. And I understand, yes, the internet has that too, and they have videos and they have whatever. Yeah. But it's still just a nice little thing to have. And I remember my fondest memory with Prima Strategy Guides is I got one for... It made no sense. I don't know why, but I just wanted it so bad. I got one for Carnival. You remember that game? Carnival was a shooter, an arcade shooter that did not come to console at the time. Although, actually, no, I think it came to Dreamcast. I think it might have come to Dreamcast. Maybe. Of all consoles, I think it came to Dreamcast. But other than that, I'm pretty sure it didn't come out on anything else.
Dreamcast, the best system of that era, I should add.
Best system of that year?
Yeah.
So, I studied the strategy guide. I knew every inch of that game, and there wasn't even a Carnival game anywhere near me. But when I found one, I still died a lot because I wasn't very good at those games. Yeah. But still, I was obsessed with that book, and, I still remember, and I'm sure everybody had one, Final Fantasy X, Prima Strategy Guide. How do you get through that game without it? GameFAQs.com. Okay, but still, the strategy guide for Final Fantasy X,
If you want to read a nice, properly formatted strategy guide, they were your go-to.
Sorry, and I'm looking at. I'm gonna screw it up again. Matt. Where is it? Buzzardy.
Ooh.
He says, wait, and the guide was more than point and shoot. That's the thing. Carnival, and it just intrigued me at the time, had branching paths. That if you shoot all these things, then you get to go down this path or down that path or whatever. And I thought that was just so cool. I'm like, it's like a choose your own adventure shooter. And yes, House of the Dead did the same thing. But for some reason, Carnival, I loved it. I loved it. It was good. And goddamn it, he also says, I thought Final Fantasy X was Brady Games. I think he might be right. Now that I think about it, it might not have been Prima. Okay.
The sentiment is the same.
Sentiment is the same. I'm sure Brady Games is long gone. Yeah. But, I don't know. I'm going to miss Prima. Even though I don't buy them anymore. Yeah. It's just, they were so expensive.
Yeah.
It was like more than half the price of the game. Yeah. So.
I don't think I've literally ever bought one. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sorry, Prima. I contributed to your death.
It's your fault. It's only your fault for never buying one. They were one issue book shy of staying in business. God damn it.
Can I do what everyone else does and blame millennials?
Goddamn millennials.
Yeah.
With your internet. Buy a book. Buy a strategy book. Oh, wait, you can't. They're extinct now because of millennials.
Damn.
Okay, we gotta keep it moving. What do you think? Okay, here's a question. Okay. What do you think the most profitable game subscription streaming service is? Now, there's the big ones are EA Access, Xbox Game Pass, and PlayStation Now. Now, obviously, I mixed those up a little bit, so there's no context clues of the order I read it in. But what do you think is the most profitable game subscription streaming service?
Trying to think of what EA has. I would think PlayStation.
I would not have guessed that, though. You're right.
Just because of the amount of systems.
Well, I mean, okay, so that's fair, but their system is the worst. So I would have said Xbox Game Pass. It has better games.
Yeah.
It has current gen games. It offers not necessarily streaming. You could download the games, which I added the streaming because it said, like, the original thing says most profitable game subscription service, which that can't be right because of GameFly.
I was thinking about them, but
yeah, so that can't be right. So I just added streaming, but Game Pass doesn't offer streaming. So internet, I don't know what it's. I thought it was going to be Game Pass. Game Pass is actually the lowest.
That doesn't surprise me.
So PlayStation Now makes up 52% of game subscription market share. EA Access is 33%. That's the Origins and the Premiere thing, and that it's a fantastic service.
Okay.
And Xbox Game Pass 15%. So here's the thing. With Game Pass and EA Access, personally, I just don't have the time to be playing enough games, so it's not enough for me to subscribe to any of these. Mm-hmm. But with EA Access and Xbox Game Pass, what they have that PlayStation doesn't have is all brand new games. Yeah. All brand new exclusive games for either one of these companies gets released on these platforms. Mm-hmm. So when Forza comes out, when a new Mass Effect inevitably comes out, when anything like that comes out for these things, the first place it goes to is, simultaneously it goes to these services. So as long as you pay the monthly fee, you get all these brand new games as well as their backlog, which is also why I'm saying that the future of gaming is streaming. But, I've said that enough times. We'll talk about that later. I'm not going to bore,
Once the internet infrastructure gets there, but we have a bit of time for that.
That's been the argument. I still say that with downloading, the ability to download, because that's how they're reaching more people. Is PlayStation Now just added the same feature that these other ones add, where you can download it and then just refresh the DRMs on that. And there's another factor to consider with PlayStation Now being number one. And this is for profit. So this is strictly revenue. PlayStation Now is 20, Game Pass is 10.
Okay.
So even if they had the exact same amount, actually, here, let's just say, let's divide it by 2. Well, no, I don't know how to do math. But I'm just saying, even if they had the exact same amount of subscribers, then one's already double. Yeah. So, Matt, I'm just gonna have to keep scrolling up. I'm so sorry, Matt.
We're talking with him so much. Just call him Matt.
I'm just gonna call you Matt. Matt, I love you, Matt.
First name basis.
He said, won't lie, the PlayStation service has caught my eye, especially when it was on the Vita. And I'll tell you, I tried PlayStation Now when it was... Well, first, PlayStation Plus, fantastic deal. Every PlayStation owner should have PlayStation Plus. Oh, yeah. You get 2 free awesome games a month, and they're doing a lot better with their free games. Mm-hmm. This month it's Yakuza Kiwami. Okay. Yeah. And it's absolutely worth it. So just the PlayStation Plus, totally worth it. PlayStation Now, however, is the streaming service where you can stream the games through their servers. And I did the free trial of that, and I did not have much success. The latency was a little bit of an issue for me.
Oh, okay.
And also the library, not that great. It's a lot of older games, which are kind of forgettable. Not their, they have things like The Last of Us on there, and a couple of games that you look at it and you're like, I need that. And then you remember that you already played it, and you're not going to go through and play it all over again. And I forgot to mute that. Whoops. Or I just made a really good point. I don't know. The problem is that the streaming part, like you said, internets are kind of, an issue. The latency is the biggest problem. Yeah. That's what made it not worth it for me. But now you can download the games and then just refresh the rights on it. Yeah. Okay. And that makes it worth it to me if I had more time to play games, if I didn't have a billion games I'm trying to play. Like currently I am trying to get through Diablo 3, Red Dead 2, Divinity Original Sin 2.
Hey, just started playing that again with a few friends.
It's so good.
Got it at lunch.
And
good.
And I really I want to go back and play a little bit more Spider-Man and play the DLC. There's so many things I want to play right now, and the new Pokemon games coming out. There's too many games. There's just way too many games for me to subscribe to this service. But I see the value. Yeah. High school me, in the drought that was high school for video games, this is the best goddamn service in the entire universe. But what do you think?
I mean, definitely for people with the free time, I think you can't go wrong with it. But I'm still pretty old school. I try and get the disc for everything I play, just, a little security.
I got you.
Ignoring Steam.
Oh, yeah. Steam, I mean, sorry, I'm messing with your mic.
No, you're good. I feel a little bit like Wilson
I just
from
realized,
Home Improvement.
I was going to say, I realized, I was looking over the screen. I'm like, oh, man, your face is like hidden the whole time here. I'm going to move your chair up a little bit. So,
Right, I'm just going to
move your butt. There you go. Okay, there you go. Professionalism.
So
Professionalism. Good. That's what Chris Stan would say. Professionalism. That's what we do here. Okay. Oh my God, we're running so far behind. Okay, we gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
Speaking of streaming, YouTube is now available for Nintendo Switch. That's it. Moving on. Sony released an updated version of the PS4 Pro and didn't tell anybody about it. Did you hear about this?
I did not.
Yeah, nobody did. They just they quietly just updated the hardware. According to Eurogamer's Digital Foundry, the new model runs a few decibels quieter than the previous versions. So here's what I'm thinking. How do you advertise that? Why would you advertise that? Oh, hey guys, you know how loud your PS4 is? How obnoxious, right? It's so loud, right? Guess what? We're releasing a new version, 4 times as quiet. I forgot how loud my PS4 is. Oh my God, you're right. I'm gonna get an Xbox.
At this point, everybody's just phased that fucking range of noise out. Sorry for the language.
No, you're good.
It slips in every...
Yeah, fuck. We used to do clean. And I used to have to sit here. God, Jacob, I guarantee you Jacob is laughing his fucking ass off right now. I used to have to sit here and mark each one, timestamp it. Manually write it down, like, God damn, how long was that? 4106. Okay, 4106. God damn it, Jacob, stop cursing. And then, so Matt also asked, how can you tell the different serial number? Yeah, there's it's a model number. It's on the box. It's like one CR something, the other CR something else. But yeah, if you're in the market for a PS4 Pro, make sure you get the right one, because they do get loud. Yeah. They get pretty freaking loud. Mine doesn't get as loud as everybody else claims that theirs does. Like, it has its moments, but then it kind of quiets down again. Mine's pretty fine. I don't know. All right, we got to keep moving on. Payday 2. All right, I'm going to blast through this. Okay, I'm just going to go for it.
Talking point real quick.
Payday, what's up?
Skip it. Payday 2. Good game. At least when it came out. Now,
I liked it. I enjoyed it. I
like it, but then after the 20th DLC pack for weapon mods, it was just
I got you.
Go ahead.
So Payday 2 has been out for 5 years, and players have finally discovered a secret ending to the game. In order to get it, players need to put together a disc full of the runes that's constructed from 4 individual components. Next, a medallion has to be acquired, and 9 specific keys on a piano must be struck. Every player who does so will get different combinations of runes corresponding to 20 of 50 possible in-game achievements from specific objectives from different maps. From there, players will have to launch into Payday 2's White House mission. If every player in a group has completed the previous steps, a certain painting of the White House will glow, allowing it to be removed, which exposes a wall that can be blown up. This leads down to a vault door, with yet more runes that must be deciphered while endless waves of demons spawn. Once the code is cracked, players will open the door and get some story from the dentist character, who must then be shot. After placing some Mayan gold bars on specific floor tiles, the room lights up like a rock concert. As the screen fades out, the game activates the player's webcam and shows the player their own face with "loser" written above their forehead.
Let's see, what's that quote? Is this an out-of-time April Fool's joke? That is absurd.
I love you so hard right now. You just gave me the biggest broner of my life. Well said, sir. No, that's all true except for the last part. Everything after the rock concert thing. Like, all these flashing lights come up, and then it goes into a 7-minute live-action movie. It's so weird, and all this stuff to solve it, how do you not feel a little bit ashamed of yourself figuring all this out? Just a little bit.
That easy?
I mean, it's...
Come on.
The thing is, it's not that... a lot of this stuff, it's not that like they figured out a puzzle. I mean, this is like trial and error. This is like
through multiple things. Just
it's not like you. Oh wow, I just solved the fucking Da Vinci Code. No, you like had to keep going over and okay. Well, I did this iteration like 20 times and that didn't work out. And I learned that we have to do. Jesus Christ! And 5 years. 5 years. I want to see. I should have looked this up. I want to see a picture of the guy who did it. I want to know what you look like, sir.
No, you don't.
I do.
You don't.
I want to see what you look like and how dusty that dick is. Okay.
I'll give
dusty ass dick.
Give you a tip. The beard extends from here to here.
It skips here.
Yeah.
And it's really like stringy and like just like, yeah.
One day he'll get it.
Yeah.
One day.
I don't know. Okay, we gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
Let's talk Diablo, because that's the thing. That's why we gotta keep moving, is because we got Diablo and Red Dead to talk about. So we've been speculating that the big announcement in the world of Diablo was going to be Diablo 4. Well, I've been saying that. I've been saying it's gonna be Diablo 4.
I was on the Diablo 2 remastered train.
I would have settled for a remaster. We were talking about that, and Brandon, former host of the show. That was. I was trying to troll him the way he trolls me, but that just came out mean. I'm sorry, Brandon. He was saying characters, and that characters would be, as big a deal to a lot of Diablo players. I didn't see it that way, but turns out this doesn't happen very often. I was wrong. I'll say that again. I was wrong.
What do we have left in this world?
Feels weird to say.
Yeah.
This feels really weird to say. I've been right about so many things. And I was wrong about this. Turns out it's Diablo Immortal, a mobile game. Guess how the community react to it? What do you think?
I mean, everyone has a phone, so I'd have to assume. I'd assume everyone be like, I can play that.
So it didn't go over well. During a Q&A portion of the conference, a fan asked if there was any plans at all to port the game to PC. Actually, no, I didn't write down this quote. What did the first guy say? What did the first guy? I don't know if it was the first guy, but what did one of the guys say?
Yeah, a little, not exact verbiage, but it was is this an out of time April Fool's joke?
And they said no. They said no, it's not. But another guy goes, he asked about porting the game PC. The douche on stage says there are not currently any plans to bring this to PC, to which the fans erupted in boos. In response, this fucking asshat goes, do you guys not have phones? With that tone. Do you guys not have phones? Are you serious? Like, come on, bro. You can play this game. It's free to play. You just gotta pay $20 for like the first 5 minutes. It's like what? It's like what are you talking about,
Don't
what
worry.
the fuck?
There's going to be a leaderboard that you only have to pay a couple $100,000 a month to stay competitive on.
Well, this is what you want. You want a new mobile game, am I right, my bros? So yeah, here's the problem. There's only one reason why this game is being made.
Yeah.
And this is not a conspiracy theory. This is fact. This game is being made for the Chinese market. This is not some like crazy Trump speech like everything's going to China. China's the worst. No, this is fact.
Yeah.
The mobile game market in China is massive. That's why games like PUBG and Fortnite and all that stuff, that's why they go to mobile, is because in China, the revenue that comes from these mobile games is astronomical.
Yep.
It's huge. And that's why Elder Scrolls is going mobile. That's why freaking
A game that was announced properly.
we'll get to that too, but
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But there's a Gears of War pop game that's coming to mobile. Like, there's a lot of games that are coming to mobile because they're gonna make money.
There's games for like every anime or anything like that you've ever seen. There's Let's Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh, I played that. Did you play it? It's so good. I liked it.
yeah.
I had to stop because it just, I saw right through it. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
you're easy and you're not really challenging.
Nintendo just had an IP drop to it. Dragalia Lost.
Yeah, I heard
played
that
it.
one was good. That it actually transcends the whole like free to play kind of.
Yeah. There's
thing
lots of
that-
people doing the whole no summons thing, even though they give you plenty of the currency.
Yeah,
But it's still definitely obvious, like, cash grab.
It's a cash grab.
But it's a fun one that I play, so.
And sure. So here's the thing. It's one thing to make this game happen. This game isn't for us, the US market. It's not. It's for them. Why the fuck are you building and hyping it up so much to the US market? Why are you trying to create this hype that, I mean, obviously nobody's going to think, oh, I wonder if it's a new mobile game. Nobody fucking said that. Nobody. I want to meet the guy who claims to have said that. I'll fucking see what his beard looks like and his dusty dick. Like, it looks terrible, I guarantee you. Nobody was saying mobile fucking game.
Just before this con, it's like, before this con, they just trying to be like, oh, it's nothing big for Diablo. It's nothing big, because they knew they'd disappoint it. Just reminds me so much of before the Fallout 76 coming out. Oh, yeah. Bethesda putting the letter saying, hey, it started as something smaller, then it just, the scope grew. So you're just trying to something to dampen the blow, but it didn't work.
So they're doing this thing, and what I'm thinking, my first thought is, why didn't you announce? You don't have to show anything, but announce Diablo 4 afterwards, which is what I guarantee you everybody was thinking. Yeah. Like, oh my God, they're doing the same thing that they did with Elder Scrolls. They're like, do you guys like Elder Scrolls? Well, mobile game for iOS and Android. You know, they did the same thing with Gears of War. Are you guys ready for a new Gears of War pop game? All right! Like, everybody was expecting that, and then it's just like, no, it's just the mobile game. So there was a rumor going around. Kotaku leaked that they were originally going to put Diablo 4 announcement, that it was going to be, hold on, where do I have it here? That it was originally going to be just a screen that says, actually no, that was my idea, that it should be a screen that just says Diablo 4 with some dialogue. Mm-hmm. Why not at least do that?
Oh yeah, like, what was the new Elder Scrolls, like, Infinite?
Elder Scrolls Infinite, but yeah.
Yeah, and all they did was show the picture. They got everyone hyped.
Oh, no. Infinite is the mobile game. Oh,
but yeah, you're right.
But it was, yeah.
Whatever they announced the new Elder Scrolls was going to be, they just did a picture.
Sky 4? No. Sky...
We're just making ourselves look bad right now.
That's true. Okay, but yeah, actually, it just says that there was a Diablo 4 teaser. Kotaku's Jason Schreier said that got that, and that it got pulled from the convention. And Blizzard flat out said, no, that's not what happened at all. Now, yeah, so the rumor that it got pulled was put down by Blizzard. Mm-hmm. But according to Jason Schreier, such a trailer absolutely exists, and the dispute is timing. So that's the thing. Yeah. He said, quote, we had originally reported that it was planned for BlizzCon, but it's possible that those plans were simply discussed and never solidified. We can confirm that Diablo 4 is indeed in development.
Timeline's probably just too far out.
And that's the thing. So is fucking Metroid Prime 4. So is the next real Pokemon game. And all they were was a fucking title and some dialogue, which he's also saying that a teaser fucking trailer exists. Yep. Why, after this fucking Q&A, why didn't they seize that opportunity to be like, oh shit, they're gonna eat us alive, play the trailer! Like, why fucking bail, man?
Big red button.
Just... like, and they should have done it in a like really sassy way. Like, oh, you guys don't like mobile, huh? You want to do Diablo, huh? Roll the clip. Oh my God! You just won the internet. You just won the internet just with that. They have it.
Internet loves being punked.
Download it off your Google Drive, Blizzard. Just fucking like send Sarah the intern to go to the fucking studio and put it on a flash drive and bring it to the con. Like, do what you gotta do, bro. Get that shit. And they didn't. And this thing exists. And they didn't.
They gotta save it for whatever's next.
That's true. All right. Oh my God, we're running so late. Red Dead.
Yes.
So Red Dead's been out for a couple weeks, but we haven't been up for a couple weeks. God damn, this game is amazing. I want to address one thing. Actually, one news thing. Multiplayer is coming out at the end of November. I want to talk about what we think that'll look like. But first, I want to address the fact that a lot of people have been saying about Red Dead that they absolutely hate the slow pace of it. Because in this game, you walk around so slow constantly. Everything you do is really drawn out.
Yeah, long rides, long talks on it. And they
force you they force you into this immersion, which a lot of people aren't liking how they're being forced into it. Here's the thing. When I first got Grand Theft Auto 5, I walked to places. When I got in my car, I followed traffic laws. And I loved it. And I loved the immersion. I'm like, this is fantastic. And then, of course, I'm like, okay, well, I'm good. Let's fucking blow everything up and drive really fast. This game doesn't like... Sorry. Oh, I saw Jacob commenting in all caps, and I got worried. He said, "Go 2 hours." I'm like, "What?" Okay, no. Maybe we'll see.
This is a Fortnite stream now, so buckle your seatbelts.
That's true. Nothing but Fortnite. Back bling. That's the only term I know from Fortnite.
Ninja.
Ninja. That's a person.
Yeah.
Guns.
We're trendy.
Yeah. Hashtag video games. Okay. So the fact that they force a slow pace has completely changed the way I play this game. I now, sometimes if I know I'm not going that far, I will lead my horse and walk with my horse to a fucking town. It takes like 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I will sit there and walk. And here's what I do. I don't just look at the entire thing of the game. I don't just look at, I see my character. I'm checking out my horse and all the muscles and stuff. I'm looking at testicles. I'm seeing when they grow. I'm checking out the world around me. And I realize that this is the most beautiful, handcrafted world I have ever seen in a video game.
Oh, yeah.
Little things that you don't even think about. So when you play even Grand Theft Auto, when you play any game, you go into a field of grass. It is the same little square pixel thing of grass that has all the properties and wave like this in the wind, and maybe there's a little variety, so then that way it's not just a bunch of patches doing the same waving, but it is just the same throughout the whole thing. And you know what they do for variety? Here's a bush. Here's we have 20 bushes, 20 different kinds of bushes, and we're just going to spread them out, and it's going to look like a forest. And we're going to put some trees here, and it's going to be really cool, and we're going to have like 30 different trees. This entire fucking game looks like it was handcrafted from the trees to the ground. I mean, it's not just grass. Like, there's little patches of rock. And the terrain is just changed, just elevate just a little bit with that rock. And when you walk down that rock, he walks down in a very realistic way. So you have to think about where you're walking.
No matter how much you dislike the game, just if it's too slow for you, you can't hate on the graphics.
You can't. And that's the thing about this game is that I understandably would say that if this is not your game, okay, I get that. This isn't your game. You don't want to look at that stuff. You want to ride on horses and shoot bad guys at blistering speeds that make no sense. That's fine. That's all right. But the fact that people are saying this isn't a good game because it's forcing you to do that, that's what the game is. And I think that's if it didn't force you to do that slow pace, you would miss out on so much.
My little theory on this is just that, it got so ridiculously hyped that people who were not even into that style of game just kind of were like, maybe this is gonna be good. I get to play a cowboy, I get to rob trains, I get to shoot up towns. So
well, I mean,
I have to assume that it's something along that lines.
How often is it that when a video game company makes a bold claim like Rockstar did, they said it is a game unlike any other game. It's going to change the gaming landscape. It is, I forgot exactly what they said, but I know it was along those lines. It's this game is a definitive gaming experience unlike anything you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Holy shit, guys, they were right. Like it or not, they were right. And it is. And some people are on board, some aren't, but they did something new. And the best ideas aren't just crazy, insane things you've never heard of. I mean, look at Battle Royale. Battle Royale, all it is just deathmatch with permadeath and a large map with a lot of players. Rainbow Six did permadeath, with Vegas,
Yeah.
I remember, I love that. I'm like, I love the fact that there's only one life, so you have to be really, really careful. It's taking concepts and building on it and making a new experience. You don't have to go insane crazy with it, and that's what they did with this game. It's not reinventing the wheel. I mean, it kind of is, but
they definitely definitely were going for a much more cinematic experience than most games.
They reinvented, that's actually the key phrase, is they reinvented the wheel. They didn't invent some weird non-wheel.
Nice obloid sphere.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Exactly, and try to, sell us on that. I mean, they actually reinvented the wheel. They changed the way that we look at video games of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, there's also all the David from like Heavy Rain and all that. David, not Lynch. I want to keep saying Lynch, but where's my Scribe? Where's Scribe? Scribe, where are you? David.
It's okay.
David.
I have the internet at our disposal.
David Hasselhoff. No. David. Why I keep wanting to say Lynch. It's not David Lynch. That's the director. Fuck. Oh my God. What's his name? Somebody help me in chat.
That's a good name.
What is it? Oh, you gotta tell me.
David Cage.
Cage! David Cage. That's why I kept wanting to say Lynch.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be like a nice cathartic experience where you finally spit it out.
Yeah.
But
no. So Matt asked a question that actually kind of lends to the next thing I wanted to say about this game. He says, is Red Dead 2 on a proprietary engine? From what I know, here's how Rockstar works. I believe it's the same engine as like Grand Theft Auto 5 and all that. They just continuously build on their existing engines and improve upon it with each game. So you look at Max Payne 3, which was a Rockstar game. Without Max Payne 3, we wouldn't have had Grand Theft Auto 4. I believe that's the order it went. No, sorry, Grand Theft Auto 5. It went 4, Max Payne 3, and then 5. Play through Max Payne 3 again. And tell me that that's not Grand Theft Auto 5 in a linear game. It absolutely is. The same shooting mechanics, the same everything in that game. It's Grand Theft Auto 5 in a more linear way. And so they use each game to kind of learn how to build on the world. And here's the exciting thing, you guys. Here's the exciting thing.
Ooh.
Each game is a way to work out the kinks of a new system that they want to add. So the shooting in Max Payne 3.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5 built on this giant open world, this interactive world where everybody has their own life and they go about these things. In Red Dead, look how realistic everything is. They're going for true realism. Imagine how realistic Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be. I'm not saying they're going to make you walk everywhere, but I bet it's going to feel way more comfortable to walk to places in Grand Theft Auto 6 than it ever has before. Because it felt pretty good in 5. Yeah. It did.
But, quick counterpoint to just this, just modular system that they've been using for this engine is Bethesda's been doing the same thing, and they're getting a lot of flack for that right now. Just from Fallout 76. There's lots of people just angry saying, they didn't account for all these things, and they've been using the same thing going on. Like, just by saying that it's modular, that they'll be able to, fix whatever is coming up next.
I mean, that's true. That's a valid point that it's not working for them. But Rockstar's doing the same thing, but they're doing it better, and they're doing it with fuck you money.
Yeah. I'm not saying like it's obviously
budget.
Rockstar's not going to do a fantastic job. I'm just bringing it up as the counterpoint.
True.
Just that.
I mean, it's a valid point that it just doesn't work with everything. And also, I mean, we've learned that Rockstar is also throwing insane amounts of money at a game.
Yeah.
That doesn't always work for a game either. I mean, look at Destiny. They just threw a bunch of money at a game, and it doesn't just come out perfect because you throw all this money at it. Yeah. Even the second one didn't come out perfect after throwing money at it.
Hurts me to think about Destiny and 2 just.
Yeah.
So much potential.
What do we think multiplayer is going to be? Because obviously, I mean, they're planning on it. Grand Theft Auto 5 is still making them insane amounts of money.
Oh, yeah.
We don't necessarily know if they're going to try to beat that. I mean, obviously, there's going to be heists. There's going to be a lot of similarities between it. But with the slow pace, what do you think that world is going to be like, the Red Dead Online?
I'm not sure if they're going to try and keep the slow pace.
Okay.
Since, like, one of the big and fun things about Grand Theft Auto 5 is just like you get straight to the action. You get straight to doing, giant circles on cars and running people over and figure 8 track races.
So do you think that when you pop into this world, you're going to see a bunch of like flying Pegasus and...
I mean,
and like
at some point,
and
it's going to start off completely reasonable.
Okay.
But just longer it goes, there's just going to be absolutely ridiculous stuff.
See, I disagree. I think that because that would completely ruin the non-online experience. Because still with Grand Theft Auto 5, even though yes, the online is way more goofy than offline, there's still plenty of opportunity for goofy stuff in offline. So it kind of lends to that. But with Red Dead, I feel like even though yes, things happen, your horse spontaneously combusts, or
trips on a rock,
or my favorite video, the guy shoots a gun in the air and then just a bird just falls down. Like things like that can happen and they're really funny. But it's never trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Without being like dry funny, like kind of like a little like tongue in cheek kind of funny. So I feel like they wouldn't go silly.
Yeah.
Like I could imagine soapbox racing or something. That I could see because it still lends to the time and the funniness is not so overt.
Yeah, I think they're going to go where the money goes.
That is true.
And just after a long period of time, they're just going to say, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're going to start off simple, just like, shootouts against each other, rob a train, horse races. Your horse is just like whatever color palette you decide to buy.
Hot pink.
Nice.
So Matt does bring something up I forgot to put on there. Undead Nightmare 2. That has to happen. It's going to happen. 100%. Whether it's online or not online, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
One thing I want to leave with this Red Dead discussion, because we are running low on time. I know I've been saying that for the past half an hour, but I think I know they tried it with Grand Theft Auto 5 and it wasn't very good. I think this is the perfect platform for Battle Royale. Think about it like this. Slow pace. Realistic slow pace and stuff. Stamina bars. Freaking the way your character can dive and take cover and all these things. I think that would be a really fun Battle Royale.
Maybe not entirely sold just because like the combat isn't really the finest point of the game. It could they'd have to really cut down on the aim assist.
Oh yeah.
But just a lot of things like that. But
just
I could see it happening.
Even how slow the guns are. And increase the damage that it takes to take a person down. Like 2 shots from a rifle and you're down.
Yeah.
And you're gonna miss a lot.
And I mean, battle royales are still the craze.
And they're not going anywhere. I mean, the craze will stop, but they're never going to go anywhere because it's easy to make, and they're still I was explaining them to my fiance today, how it is the current ultimate test of a gamer right now.
Yeah,
is surviving, beating 100 people.
Yep, just straight competitive.
Like it really. I mean, and that's the thing that in games, for the longest time, people have been working towards. Like, how do you create that ultimate competitive thing, like where you can stand above all the gamers and go, I'm the best. I think that's it. All right, we gotta move on to what we've been playing. I'm gonna make this super quick. I've been playing obviously Red Dead. I've been playing the shit out of some Diablo 3. I've never played Diablo 3. We're gonna have to talk about that later because I know you wanted to talk about that, but we're gonna have to save that one. I love Diablo 3. It's so much fun. It's just, oh my god, it's so great. If we have time tonight, we'll go into Diablo 3. It's great. And that's it. What have you been playing?
Yeah. Let's see. I've been trying to just work out schedule with a lot of friends getting jobs recently or moving on to new things. So Divinity 2 just started playing again.
I haven't played it in so long.
Black Ops 4. Like I said before, just because it's got a mix of Blackout when you want to try hard, regular multiplayer and you want to just kill people after getting sad that you don't get any kills in Blackout, and then zombies when you just want to mindlessly kill things and not worry about it.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of Warframe,
Warframe?
Yeah.
I need to get back
play
into
it.
that. I need to get back into that.
Yeah, it just had a nice big patch recently. Apparently, there's a bug that you can spawn a giant spider boss, or like in a like common area.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I would have loved to have seen that. That would be really fun.
Yeah, so
Also, Jacob says he beat Spidey before he left for Europe. Good for you, man. Good for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
proud of you.
Yeah. All right. So now we're going to move on to, you don't know about this section either. We're going to move on to video game 20 questions. This is where I picked a random video game, and we're going to have to make chat go away for a little bit.
Okay.
Actually, I'm just going to have to move it over
Yeah,
here.
I won't look.
I picked a random video game, and you're going to have 20 yes or no questions to figure out the name of that game.
Okay.
Now, I didn't prep you on how to play this, so I'm just going to go over a couple of suggestions. Narrowing down the time frame usually helps.
Time frame, console.
Console exclusivity.
Yep.
Perspective, all that stuff. Oh, you look confident as hell, man.
I'm
You ready
not.
for this? You're not.
Dude, my memory's awful.
Yeah, and Jacob says that it is his favorite part of the podcast. He says, I love video game 20 questions.
If you like watching people fail, I'm not going to disappoint you.
Here we go. So, start.
All right. Is it a console?
Sorry, I forgot to mention. And everybody in chat, if you can come up with your own question, put it in chat. And if they help, then I will use that later after 10 questions.
And
So
I'll give you $20 straight from my pocket.
All right, so start.
All right. Is it a console exclusive?
I forgot what the game was. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, console exclusive.
Is it a Nintendo game?
Yes. Wow. Well, actually, I guess console exclusive. Yeah, that lends to Nintendo. Okay.
Yeah. So
By the way, the record is 6.
is it? Okay. Is it let's see, which is it pre-Wii?
Yes.
Yes.
Pre-Wii. You know those pre-Wiis. I was a
Makes me uncomfortable.
I was a pre-Wii.
I can tell. You got the look.
I have the look, right? You can kind of tell by my face I was a pre-Wii.
All right. Is it a handheld?
No.
No.
These are good questions. These are so much better questions than Jacob Alexander played
This
the third
is
ass.
where it just goes complete shit.
No. You got this. You got this. You're on a roll.
All right. See,
Pre-Wii, not a handheld.
all right. Is it Nintendo 64 or older?
Yes.
Is it Nintendo 64?
Yes. That's 6.
All right. Yeah.
So no record broken. Brian Kismetsky maintains the record.
Is it a shooter?
No.
Is it a Mario game?
Yes.
Is it Mario 64?
Now, keep in mind, if you ask what game it is and you get it wrong, then it's...
Is that... Oh,
That's
okay. Sorry, I haven't played it.
No, you're good. You're good.
Let's see. All right. Did I say...
Jacob says he's coming over to give me a big hug. I'm looking forward to it, buddy. I miss you. I love you. And I look forward to your hugs. He's the king of hugs, actually. Jacob is.
Oh.
He's the king of hugs and the king of Duval. 2 kings in
Good for you,
one man.
Jacob.
In one man. Okay.
I asked if it was Mario, right?
Yeah. Well,
was
yeah.
the most
If it was a Mario license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, what Nintendo 64?
Ooh. Here's a good question. I'm gonna use Matt's question if you want.
Yeah.
He says, "Is it sports game?" No.
Good call. All right. My ask was gonna be
Well, okay. It's not like sports. Damn it. In the traditional sense, it's not a sports game.
all right. Does it happen on a board?
No.
No. Oh, see, I'm too young. I didn't have a Nintendo 64, and it was like right before I actually got into video games heavily. All right. Yeah, like my knowledge. So kind of sports is a fighting game.
No. I did give away. Yep, Matt got it. I gave away a lot.
Dude,
I gave away a lot.
Oh,
There's that. Okay.
dude.
I gave away a lot. Just think about it. I don't even think you need to. Probably don't even need to. Yeah, actually, Jacob has a good point. I think I'll use his.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you play as multiple characters? Yes.
All right. So it's not Mario Party, since it's not Smash. It's not a fighting game. Not Mario 64. Dude, that's pretty much my knowledge of.
No, you got this. Trust me. You can ask if there was a sequel. I can't help. Sorry.
Hey, was there sequels?
Yes. I should have been like, I can't answer that.
See, and this is where my memory fails me. Where is it a? No, it's not gonna be a Paper Mario game since that's not really quasi sports.
That's your biggest hint, is that it's quasi.
Dude, that's the one. That's the one throwing me for a loop. Like, dude.
No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you a big hint because you're right there, and I feel like once you're like, oh yeah, of course. But I'm laughing at you saying it threw you for a loop.
Oh. Fucking Mario Kart.
Yes. Man, I feel like I'm just going in a big loop here, guys.
The worst part was that I forgot Mario Kart existed.
That's fair, but I mean that's the thing is that like I knew you knew it.
I'm sorry, Chad. Forgive me. Please.
I feel like I'm just going in circles here, you guys. Yeah. I feel like, oh yes, okay. So it was Mario Kart 64. Came out in Japan in 1996, the U.S. in 1997. That was gonna be my big be careful with that one. If you said like, did it come out? If you. I don't even know how that would have been a be careful with that one because it's not the difference between two generations.
Yeah.
But.
If I asked like year wise, but that's why I was going with the console wise.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. So that is it. That is the first episode here in St. Petersburg. Dude, thanks for coming on, man. This is a lot of fun. We got a good back and forth.
And I mean, the best Jacksonville raised St. Pete co-host that you've had. So.
Absolutely. So I said I was going to talk about this at the end of this episode, so here we go. The plans. Here's what's going to happen with the podcast. I know we took off the last 2 weeks. I'm going to do my absolute bestest, 100%, to not take off any more weeks. Next week, this Saturday, I'm going to get married. Yay!
Huzzah.
Getting married, and then Sunday, I'm going to be a married man, and I'm going to be in Jacksonville. I'm going to try to do an episode with the old boys. Hopefully I can do it like on the laptop or something. I can tell you this. I know the audio is not going to be good because I'm not going to bring these microphones with me on my honeymoon. That's just not going to happen. So, I will bring my laptop and we're going to try to get an episode out, at least recorded. If we can't go live, that might be a possibility. We'll at least get one recorded, and you could follow that on Podbean, Google Play. I don't have my sheet in front of me. I forgot to print that. So I'm going off memory. iTunes, Podbean, Google Play, and Stitcher. You can get the audio portions of our podcast. Like I said, it might be audio only next week. I don't know. In fact, the next Sunday after that, I'm going to be in Virginia and then New York, and then I'm going overseas to Cairo, Milan, all these places. And I don't know the internet status of these places we're going to. I know I will be able to find internet at some point because it's not like internet is an exclusive thing to the United States. But
pro tip, just buy SIM cards. Like, are you going to be in the UK?
No.
No? Okay. Then yeah, just pretty much anywhere that uses their euro. Mm-hmm. Just buy a SIM card for there. Yeah. And you'll be set. All right. You'll be fine.
So, and then Carolina Jarvis popped in the chat. Hello, Carolina Jarvis.
Howdy.
So, yeah, so I'm going to make sure at the very least we're going to have audio releases. I really want to try to get it live, but at the very least, we will have audio. The podcast will continue. And I'm going to try to get different perspectives of different countries on video games, either by having people, interviewing people, or just talking to them and then, reporting on that later. Or maybe not even that. It might just be, hey, I've observed that video games are really expensive here, or I've observed that there's like no GameStops, which is, I'm sure there's not gonna be any GameStops in Cairo, but little things like that. I kind of want to see how video game culture is in other countries. Mobile games, like there are people playing
Lots
mobile
of
games.
internet cafes for you.
Internet cafes. I think it'd be a really interesting view in the gamer world, and to kind of just see how it is in other countries. So that's the kind of thing I'm going to try to bring to this podcast. And then when I come back, I'm going to work on the studio. I'm going to make it all nice and stuff. And I'll tell you this: this podcast is about to become something really special. It was already something special, but like it's about to go to the next level. We have the equipment, we have the room now. I'm going to make it look. And this isn't just empty promises, because this is how the podcast started. It was 3 friends who go, oh man, we should start a podcast. And I'm not one of those people who say, yeah, we should do that, and then not do that. I know a lot of people do that.
I know a few people that have done that. So.
Yeah, almost everybody's done that. I am not one of those people who do that. So when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So this room will become an awesome studio. I can't promise it's going to be awesome, but I'm going to work really, really hard on this.
It's going to be awesome. Don't worry about it.
Because there are people who have been supporting us all the way from the beginning, and I don't want to let you guys down. I know we have a listener in Japan. Ooh. I know we have a listener in other places that I forgot now.
Other places
around
the world. That's even more exclusive.
We don't have a huge fan base all around the world, but we have a couple. And my commitment is to you guys and to make this podcast amazing, especially for one person. Oh God, I spit on the mic. Alex Petit, or Petit. I think it's Petit. This guy, he's a listener. He's a friend of mine from Rack 'em Up back in Jacksonville, and he told me that he listens to every episode and he watches videos and stuff, and he's such a big fan, and that alone really just that lit a fire under my ass.
Oh, I bet.
To know that I'm creating something that at least Alex, the nicest guy, he's just the nicest guy, that he enjoys and that he's, that he looks forward to. Yeah. I am honored by that fact. And even if I only have one listener in X amount of years I'm doing this, and it's only him, I'm down. Right, Fierce. No, I'm down. Good. I'm down for this. So for him, for all the other audio listeners and video listeners, and for all of our supporters, I'm gonna do this. And freaking, there's so many things happening in chat. Matt says find video game shops. Good idea. That's actually a fantastic idea. I'm gonna remember that. Jacob says Germany. I don't know why. And Carolina Jarvis says and Duval to you as well. I have neighbors now. Whoops.
It's okay. They'll just think you're playing a little Duval song.
Yeah. So with that, I'm gonna try to remember what I say at the end of the episode. So you can catch the audio. Our audio episodes released every Monday on iTunes, Podbean, Google Play, and Stitcher. You can catch live recordings every Sunday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on Facebook.com/DownrightFierceGaming. Downright Fierce Gaming. YouTube.com/Downright Fierce Gaming, or Twitch.tv/DRFPodcast. You can buy T-shirts at teespring.com/DownrightFierceGaming. You can buy posters there too. And you can contribute on our Patreon page at patreon.com/DownrightFierce. It's either Downright Fierce or Downright Fierce Gaming. I think it's Downright Fierce.
Give money to both.
Oh, that's right. Jacob said we have a listener in Germany. We do. So, yeah.
Oops.
So, yeah, it's patreon.com/DownrightFierce, where a couple bucks a month gets you thanked at the end of the episode. So we want to thank Mark Mayfield. Thank you, Mark Mayfield.
Thank you.
We want to thank Tristan Haynes. Thank you, Tristan Haynes.
Thank you.
We want to thank our executive producers, Brian Kizmetsky, Carolina Jarvis, and Andrew Kirkendall, Face Kicker. Oh, and we also want to thank Brian Altano, Damon Hadfield, and MC Lars for letting us use their music. And then I normally go into the executive producers.
Yeah.
So then there's that. And like usual, we're going to end.
Amazing.
I know. I can't believe I did that whole thing from memory.
That was impressive.
That's insane. So with that, we're going to go into our music video of the week. This is another one from MC Lars. This is a good one. I totally forgot about this one. I like this one a lot. Again,
That's a good one.
go to patreon.com/MCLars while you're over there on our Patreon.
And just YouTube and look up MC Lars.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Do it. And we'll see you. I'll see you next week, or you'll hear me next week. And that's it. End of episode.
Hit me.
So check this. I just read the Pitchfork review of the new Pavement reissue. Stephen Malcolmus is a genius. But let's face it, he's no Connor Oberst. I'm just saying, it's not 1994 anymore, duh. Did I show you my new miniskirt leggings combo? You know what they say, ugly is the new hot.
I met her in the thrift shop, bumping indie hip hop, calculator wristwatch, shins t-shirt and flip flop, queen of the hipster scene, straight out of Vice magazine, social outcast at 16, but now she lives her boho dream. She came from Omaha to Williamsburg. She loved Karen O and she had heard that Brooklyn was the hipster mecca. Packed her bags with her friend Rebecca. Said she had a thing for broke dudes and bands who lived by Union or by Grand. So we went down to the Bedford bar and bought a $6 PBR.
Ezra, go down Bedford, take a right on Metropolitan, then a right on Union, and then you're here. Just text me when you get here, okay?
Hipster girl, cool by the numbers and she rocks my world. Knows all the indie bands you've never heard. She's my hipster girl. She thinks uncool stuff is mad cool. Indie culture's fad rule. But cool stuff is uncool, right? That's why Friday's Jewel Night. She reads books no one has read, laughs at jokes no one has said. So ironic with her taste. Her whole life is cut and paste.